Good morning everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setup for today. So a couple of things here, and the first one I want to highlight here is look at our oscillators. Okay, so ever so slightly, so there's a low and we are ever so slightly lower. I think, what do we have here? 22.1 versus 24.2, so ever so slightly lower. That is diversions on a high time frame, always something you want to pay attention to. We've got two bars here, we've got a range bar and then a hammer, but yeah, that's confusion. But now we are busy with a green bar at the moment, which does look fairly interesting. Okay, so this trend is strong. I mean, we've got a very strong trend to the upside. We've been going sideways for 2 weeks now. It's sideways to down for 2 weeks at the moment, but it does look like we have found some structure, and the structure is right here at 38.70. So 38.70, we've had a bounce off there, and it does look like we're getting the confirmation bar that we're looking for in the higher time frames. Just start moving through the lower time frames, you'll see a little bit more structure forming. Potential double bottom here. If you look a little bit deeper, you'll see we have a channel forming, or channel did form. So we are in a sort of a bear channel in a bull trend, in other words a flag, a nice strong trend up, bit of consolidation. And what we're waiting for is we're waiting for the bears to buy, the bulls to buy into this at the moment. So this is not an indication that the bears are in control. The bears are looking for consecutive red days, or possibly even 2 consecutive red weeks before they try and take control. At the moment, this is really just it's driven by sentiment at the moment. So yeah, you got the perma bears that are always screaming, it's a bubble, it's a bubble, it's a bubble. And they're looking for that fall. And to be honest with you, we do need a decent pullback. We need a 10% correction just to keep things healthy. So I don't believe that's going to happen just yet. I think 4,000 is still a way too strong round number to go against at the moment, and I think that's exactly what we are consolidating for. We're consolidating here to hit the higher level. So for me today, the Dow Jones is looking pretty interesting. It looks like there's going to be a break. The problem that we do have with the S&P 500 is it is tech heavy, and obviously the lawmakers are trying to fight big tech at the moment and trying to figure out how they're going to put policies in place to manage it. Personal opinion is it's too little too late. They've been allowed to grow without people really understanding what the likes of Facebook and Google are actually doing, and their business is solid. There's no way that they're going to fight that at the moment. So yeah, there's just so much that's happening in that space. I mean, that's a complete different discussion, but that's kind of what the driver's been, is beating down tech stocks. But I think what all you're going to do is just going to create opportunity for people to buy into, and they're going to drive it up again. So just looking at the hour, we have a potential double bottom here. So there's the first bottom, there's the second bottom, and there's my swing high. So I'm just going to put in another level here, and look how that coincides with the top of the channel. I'm going to ignore this section for now because that's our first look. There's our first touch, second touch, third touch. So that's pretty much where we are. So this is what I'm looking for. 3,900, looking for a break and retest of 3,900, and then we'll be looking for 4,000. So that's kind of the simplicity of this setup at the moment. It does look pretty interesting at the moment. We do have some gaps to the downside here. So I wouldn't expect us to just run away. I'd expect us to come back. So where are we going to come back to? First one is 38.95, and then we've got 3 levels here, so I want to put all 3 in, and I am on the 15-minute chart, so just bear with me here. So we are 38.95, we're looking for 38.92. Alternatively, we're looking for 38.88. What am I looking for? I am looking for these moving averages to cross over. I'm getting the first one now. Then I want them all above the 155 on the 15 minute. And that will give me the indication that we have a trend reversal. Now I just want to show you what I'm looking for here. So you can see here how moving averages are all clustered together, break up above it, come back to test it like that, and then it was long. So that's kind of the structure that I'm looking for. They're not clustered together, but they're going to be crossing over. Then I want a pullback onto it to test it, and then a move to the upside. So if we just look for a similar setup, that's kind of similar. You can see there's the test there on the 155. You can see, yeah, it wasn't really a test. There was one test, second test, big green bar, big green bar. There's your setup. We're looking for the long, and up it goes. Okay, so that's the structure we're looking for. Here's another example. And you can see how we're below the moving averages, quite far apart. We break, we consolidate along it. Kind of a rough test there, but nevertheless, and up we go. So that's the structure I'm looking for in the 15 minute. You can see similar thing building, crossover starting to happen, looking for that pullback onto this area, and then long it is. Okay, so there's two scenarios: pullback into this area between 38.95 and 38.88. Alternatively, we're looking for a break and retest of 3900. So we get above 3900, come back, retest it, hold it. Then that is the other option that we're looking for the long. But I am looking for long. So I've been sitting on the sides a little bit too long on this. I think we possibly could have actually got some kind of an entry yesterday of 38.69. Yeah, but I suppose it's been a bit volatile, so it's big up, big down, big confusion. But that's definitely looking for the next entry now, and the next entry is up in this area. So just bear in mind, on the hour, the moving averages are trending down. So we're looking at the 15 for that early entry to set up the trade to the long side. Okay, you're going to have to accept that it's going to be volatile. Just bear that in mind. So break, retest, and then probably a nice move up, take profit, wait for the bigger retest down, bigger retest of 3900. So in other words, you'll have a 15-minute break retest, and then you're going to probably climb a bit, put that level in, probably see something happen in this zone here as it gets through all the moving averages, which is going to be 39.18, and then you're going to have a big pullback back to 3900, which will more than likely test the moving average breaks. And then your setups will be, your longer term setups will perform. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view today. Definitely seeing opportunities for the buyers stepping in at the moment. And there is still that chance that the bears win this and we don't hit 4,000 and they get the big correction from in this area. But I just think there's some catalysts which are probably going to drive this thing, and the one is COVID, and I see a lot of places, even my own country, South Africa, the cases are starting to fall. So yeah, we're going to have to just wait and see what happens today. But that's my plan for the day. I'm looking for breakouts of bigger levels or pullbacks onto smaller levels, and then I'm looking to buy and keeping really tight stops. Okay, and just before we go, the Dow Jones versus the S&P500, I would say the Dow Jones is a better setup at the moment, less tech heavy as well. So I'm definitely looking at that before the S&P, but I'll let you know on the Telegram channel what trades we are taking today. Okay, anyway guys, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.